T. He's approximately 16-1 from 2019 and is a licensed stallion with Breeders Elite. Fatih is an exciting young stallion, and he's by for pleasure. He's a 160 Olympic stallion most of you will have heard of, who's been described as the horse of the century with winnings of over €2 million. So he's certainly one to watch after his dad. His Dam T was a fantastic mare by the great Voltaire out of a Ramiro Z mare. T's progeny are very successful horses already, with her best being Z7 Ascot, who competed at the European Championships for Team GB. Fatih is a little green, as you can see, and has only been in work for a few months. But he's already showing a great attitude, has a super step in canter, and showing a great technique already over fences. He'll be aimed at young horse classes later in the year. He is available with both chilled and frozen semen at 600 plus fat. Here is Shane to tell us a little bit more.
So Z7 for T, I think he's a very exciting horse. His mum, T, she is the mother of Ascot, as Daisy said, which you remember Georgia Tame went to the Europeans with. He was an extremely careful horse. And all the family, T herself was a big jumper. She jumped up to 150 level. And I think this guy, he takes a lot of the mother's scope and carefulness, and then his father speaks for himself for pleasure. He's got a little bit of, he looks the type of for pleasure, a little bit of the white on him and that, but a nice short coupled horse. We'll see him give a few jumps here. He is a little bit green, so we'll give him a chance, but I think when he develops a bit more, I think when we come back here next year and see him and he's got a bit more top line and furnishes up, he's going to be a very impressive horse. He hasn't been breeding yet, but I'm gonna use him on a couple of mares this year, and I hope you do as well. All right, Zoe, we'll give him a little jump when you're ready. Very good. The first day we jumped him, he'd come back from being broken, and what I liked most about him was the lightness off the floor, and his technique, style on the fence, his outlook. And the first day he jumped, we were actually down on the windsock, and you know, he could have gone all over the place, and instead he looked at the fence, focused on it, and I just thought, what a great attitude. You look at him there with his ears pricked, he's very focused. A bit more ground line. Very good. Give him a little oxer. Okay, Zoe. I think it's very important with these young stallions. Over the years, when I started off, I had a few difficult ones. And to be honest, they're just a nightmare. So for me, it's most important their temperament and their attitude, because it's one thing about riding them, but also for the grooms to look after them and to transport them to the shows and everything. The temperament is so important. Like these, the lorries we have, they cost enough of money, so we don't need a stallion that's going to start trying to wreck them on us. So they need to have a good temperament. Jump the green one as well, Zoe. Very good. Good. Maybe do a circle and then try your double. Very good. I think that'll do. Is everybody happy enough with that? He'll start doing a few shows in the next month or two, and then he'll have a little break. And then at the September show here in Hickstead, you'll see him compete in the 4-year-old classes there. So it's more just, I think his owner, Sheikha Mehta, she won't think about selling him. So for me to produce him, I'm just going to produce him very slowly, take my time. And for me, with the ones that I want to maybe hold on to for an owner's wishes, we just try and go slowly and produce them for when they're 7 and 8-year-olds. All right, so we could bring in the next one, guys, while you're stripping him there.
Another chance for you to see them being handled, which again really does make a difference. You can see nothing's hidden, and that they are the temperaments are lovely.
All right, Daisy.
Now we have Z7